Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Dave's Faves. Now, this one was suggested by one of you quite recently because you asked very nicely, where is your video about Carmen? And I said, I've done lots of videos about Carmen. Then I looked, and it turns out I haven't done Carmen, the opera. I did the suites. I did Carmen without words. I did the ballet. I did, Carmen goes to the movies, Carmen Jones, Carmen, there's Carmen everything. Carmen is everywhere. But I never really talked about Carmen, the opera. And I do have a favorite recording of it. It's this one, the Solti Carmen, which isn't really the Solti Carmen. I mean, he's actually a very positive force in this particular performance, but it's the Tatiana Troyanos Carmen, because she is just an amazing Carmen. Carmens tend to come in two varieties. You get the slutty Carmens and the virginal Carmens. So if you've got like Victoria de los Angeles, Victoria de los Angeles, she's sort of the virginal Carmen. And if you have like Leontine Price, she's more the slutty Carmen, and wonderfully so, because Carmen is that. Carmen is a sexual menace. I mean, so let's be clear. That's not an insult. By no means is that an insult. In fact, I'll never forget the Gramophone review. Oh, yes, it wasn't Gramophone. It was the Penguin Guide, where they were rating all the Carmens, and they were saying, well, the Carillon Carmen has Leontine Price, and if you want a Carmen who's a sexual threat, well, yeah, you do. You do want a Carmen who's a sexual threat. She is a sexual threat. Exactly. That's the point. My point is not that they're either virginal or slutty. My point is that what you want ideally is a Carmen who can be both, as the circumstances warrant. Because at the beginning, she can play coy. She can be quite offensively proper when she wants to, and she can be just as offensively improper. It's offensive either way. She's a predator. She's a free spirit. She's like Lulu. She's the prototype of Lulu, actually. One of those sort of primal creatures, a femme fatale, one of the great portraits. And I like my femmes fatale, and Troyanos is fantastic at that. She captures both sides of Carmen, all the different facets of the character. And oh my, there are so many. There really are. And this was also a recording when it came out. It was marvelous because they were very careful about how they put the edition together, because Carmen is a mess. It's really a mess. I mean, there were two basic scores, and do you use recitatives, or do you use dialogue, or do you add? I mean, Bizet wrote and added and took away, and so the editorial decisions made here were very, very intelligent, and the rest of the cast is great as well. You have Placido Domingo as Don José, and José Van Damme as not Don José as Escamillo, and of course Kiri Tikhonova as Michaela. I mean, it's really just a wonderful cast. It doesn't get better than that. And there are many, many fine Carmens. I concede freely. I mean, there's the Abate with Teresa Berganza, and the Beecham, of course, had the Victoria de los Angeles, and of course Maria Callas did Carmen. She did. I mean, she was sort of over the hill when she did it, but she did it. And Leontine Price, who is the sexual threat Carmen. And actually, the choice for the Penguin Guide was this one. So we agreed about that. All's not false that's taught in the public schools, as they say over on the other side of the pond. This is a great, great performance of Carmen. And what's more, it's a wonderful kind of reference edition. To sort of get a sense of what the thing is all about and who's doing what and what's going on. And then you can triangulate your way around it. And so I think it's really worth having for that reason too, because you'll come back to it frequently, and you may enjoy others. I mean, Marilyn Horne was a wonderful Carmen with Leonard Bernstein, of all people. They said that she was, I'll never forget that either, the Penguin Guide, that she was a big something. I don't know, it was a big, bold portrait, warts and all. She was a Carmen with warts. I mean, these people just blow my mind. Anyway, I adore this performance. The opera itself is one of the, what can I say about the opera? I mean, it's just Nietzsche was right to dump Wagner in favor of Carmen. That's all I can tell you. There is nothing like it. It's insanely fabulous in every single bar. So keep on listening, friends. Enjoy your Carmen. Take care.